Hey there, everybody. It's Jody Franklin here, and I'm here with my buddy Christy Cass, who is a not only a health coach but a business coach, and she helps health coaches really build a successful practice. And I wanted to bring her on today to give her five really excellent key, I guess, points on how to build a successful health coaching practice. And without further ado, I want to introduce Christy to you. Some of you already know her, but she's got an excellent program and she's going to give us some things that you can take to your practice today. So Christy, go ahead, lay it on us. Give us some
Oh
tips.
my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much, Jody. It is always truly such a pleasure to be here and to be part of your community. What you've created here is really special, and you really created a very safe space for coaches and practitioners to come together. So thank you for what you do, my dear.
Oh, my pleasure. It's a wonderful community.
It really is. It really is. Are you good for me to start sharing my screen so we can just dive
Yeah,
into
please
today's
do.
training? All right, here we go. You know what, guys? Let's see here. I'm going to pull us over here and we will dive in. So today we're talking about the 5 keys to growing your successful wellness business. Oops, hold on a second, guys. There we go. Sometimes technology. All right. So who is this training for? And I always think this is an important slide because I want you guys to hop in and be a part of this, whether you are brand new, you're just starting your wellness practice. Perhaps this is a side gig for you. And if that's the case, this will be actually incredibly valuable for you. And if you are already in practice, you have a thriving practice, but you are looking to grow and expand, you will absolutely also get something out of this presentation today. So thank you all so much for joining me. And, I know that Jody is amazing at bringing valuable content to you guys over and over again, but what I want you to know is that this today is not just a general business training. What I'm really sharing with you is tactical information. It's very specific things that you can implement right away, things that are going to make a difference to you reaching your goals, to you enrolling more clients, and ultimately making more money and a greater impact in the world. So I am a certified health coach. I built a 6-figure health coaching business, and I've worked with hundreds of wellness coaches and practitioners just like you over the past few years to help them build successful wellness businesses as well. So I know what works, I know it doesn't work, and I will tell you what was working 3 years ago is not working today. So things are changing, and I make a very concerted effort to bring you very relevant content and teaching my clients what is working today. So I promise you, you are in very good hands, and I'm so glad you're here. So why is it important to even be here today? You guys work hard. You have skills, you have talent, you have expertise, and frankly, it's time to share that with the world. Whether you're a health coach or a wellness practitioner, especially right now, you guys, you have a very essential role to play in the world. We are still in the midst of a pandemic. So it is really important that as health coaches and wellness practitioners, that we are really visible and we are making a difference in the world. And finally, of course, I'm a big believer that whether you are a coach or a practitioner, that you deserve to be working with clients. You have honed your craft. You have taken the certifications. You've gone into the programs. You've gotten your license, whatever the case might be. Well, now it's time to actually build a business where you're enrolling clients, creating impact, and generating revenue. Super important. Now, Jody mentioned earlier, I do have a little something for you guys at the end of this presentation. So I want to encourage you to keep hanging out with us until the very end. I promise you, it will be worth your while. We're going to have a good time. So, and oh my goodness, I love seeing so many people already joining us. Jody, do you see this? We've got quite a few folks already here. So thank you all for joining us. Look, I want you to be successful and you want to be successful. But here's what I know after working with hundreds upon hundreds of coaches and practitioners. So many struggle with imposter syndrome. They get lost. They have a real fear of getting lost in a sea of what they see as competition. They, are tired of trying this way and that way and trying to figure it out all on their own. And so many of you, I know, are struggling and having a hard time with knowing how to start, where to begin, how does this all fit together? Because when we became, and again, I'm a health coach as well. When I became a health coach, it honestly had not even occurred to me everything that I was going to need to know from a business and marketing perspective, and how that was going to play an essential role in the impact I was hoping to make in the world. And it will be for you as well. So look, if any of this resonated with you, I have good news. You are in absolutely the right place today. And I'm going to share with you 5 ways that will help you become successful in your practice significantly faster than you trying to bootstrap it and do it all on your own. So I want you to take a moment, and here we go. This popped off, Jody. Let me just come back. I have this open, you guys, so that I can make sure I don't miss any questions. And please, as I am sharing here today, please don't hesitate to pop questions. Jody's watching for them as well, and we'll make sure that we get all your questions answered throughout the presentation here today, the training. So I would love for you to close your eyes, take a deep breath. And I want you to imagine that you have a beautiful, successful practice. You have clients that are naturally, organically coming to you through referrals, through your online marketing. They hear about you from other people because what you've created in the marketplace works. Your coaching business is flourishing. You have a wait list. Like, close your eyes, ladies and gents. Imagine having a wait list and not hunting for those clients. They are literally coming to you. You are completely confident. You know exactly what to do, how you can help these clients of yours transform and really create impact in the world with the patients and the clients that you are supporting. And the key here is you are working with your ideal clients, clients who fuel you, who excite you, that you cannot wait to get up in the morning to do the work that you do. Imagine growing your business without having to spend an inordinate amount of time, your energy, your resources, trying to pull it all together. Would there be anything better? Like, deep breath. I hope any of you who close your eyes, I hope you have a big, big smile on your face right now, just like Jody, because I know when I think about that, that's exactly what happens to me. So for those of you who may not know me, I am Christy Cass. I'm a certified health coach. My health coaching business was Real Healthy Women. I was the founder of Health Coach Protocols, Wellness Business Launchpad, and Wellness Business Accelerator. I'm a business and marketing strategist and mentor to health coaches and wellness practitioners. And I like to say, in my previous life before kids, I had 15 years in business marketing and sales, and also a broadcast journalism degree. So I'm very familiar with what it is we need to do and how we need to do it and show up in this space to create the impact that we are wanting to have in the world. I'm also a wife and a mom. My husband, Skip, and I, we live down in New Orleans, and this was Mardi Gras a couple years ago. There was no Mardi Gras this year, but this is a couple years ago. And we've been married just about 29 years. We just hit the 29-year mark. These are our kids. And I guess I need to update my picture here because I have a new daughter-in-law as well. But this is my son, Andrew, my daughter, Katie, and our 2 fur babies. So I'm very blessed to be able to do the work that I do and be a part of helping to support my family as well. So how I became successful as a health coach was really a dual approach. I worked extensively with doctor referrals with very complicated clients as a health coach. And that was a very important part of my initial growth. I also built my business beyond my local community by, employing certain online marketing strategies that were very successful. And for me, that dual approach worked really well. short circuit here to the pandemic, and so many of us who had a locally based business or were trying to have a locally based business had to make this dramatic shift to online. And that's been really, difficult for many people. So I love both ends of that spectrum and work with my clients depending on where they are and how it is they want to grow. So what I do today was actually a very organic shift for me. I did not ever intend to become a business and marketing mentor. It happened really naturally. I shared with you that I worked with clinics and doctors as well. And I actually created protocols, health coach protocols, as part of my work with them. It was another health coach friend of mine who asked to see my blood sugar protocol that said, Christy, do you have any idea what you have here and how other coaches need something like this? So 9 months later, I actually launched Health Coach Protocols. And that was simply something as a service that I wanted to do and to share with other coaches and practitioners. What was really special about that was it very organically over about the next 18 months completely shifted and revolutionized my business with health coaches reaching out to me. So it was a very organic shift that I went through. So how do I know what works? Well, I've been doing this for about 7 years. I'm not new to the arena. I've been here a while, and I've been here both in your shoes and teaching people just like you. I've developed a system. I know what works organically, and I'm a big believer that organic is very, very important in the beginning, because that's where we are testing our messaging. That's where we're finding what works, what really lands with our ideal client. And it's a really powerful approach that I take with my clients. I've produced a ton of high quality resources that I've personally implemented in my own business, and my clients are now implementing that take all the heavy lifting off your shoulders as a coach and make things a lot easier. So I'm going to walk you through today 5 ways that you can effectively grow your wellness business as well. So here's what we're going to cover in today's training. 5 elements. The first is how to strategically tailor your offers, right? So that you are landing and connecting with your ideal client. That's number 1, very important. I'm also going to share with you some simple steps that you can take to leverage your expertise with high value content. Again, that high value content is key here. Number 3, the fastest way for you to engage and convert your followers into loyal clients. Who could not use more of those, right? Then finally, we're going to talk about mastering discovery calls. We're going to talk about the most common mistakes that I see coaches making when they haven't yet mastered this very, very important element of your business. And finally, how to become much more confident in your skills and release that imposter syndrome. So thank you all for being here. Super excited, and let's dive in. Jody, are there any questions, anything we need to touch on before we get into the content here?
Not yet, Christy, but I just want to let everyone know, if you know any of your friends or colleagues who could benefit from this, if you guys could hit the share button below or give us some hearts, just so more people can see it and your friends can see what Christy's offering today. We really appreciate you coming on. You always give such great content and such great tips. I always learn from you, Christy. It's wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you. All right, guys. So that's actually a really great point. So do us a favor and definitely give us some hearts. Let me know if you are excited to be here. Pop an emoji in the chat here and let us know that you are excited to dive into these 5 elements of building a successful wellness business, because we are so excited to be here with you. All right. So number 1, strategically tailor your offers by grasping a next level understanding of your ideal client. And let me tell you guys, this is really key. What I see over and over again with coaches, especially new coaches, they really don't know how to connect with their clients. I'm sure know that health coaching just health coaching, not the coaching industry as a whole, but just health coaching alone is a $6 billion industry. Now, what that means is not that it's crowded, guys. It means that there is tremendous opportunity for you, tremendous opportunity. And when we see that there is an industry that has this type of traction, it's all about dialing it in, connecting with your ideal clients, and making sure that your messaging is on point. So it's really important that you set yourself apart, that you show up authentically as you, not trying to be like anyone else. That is so important. I actually recommend to my clients that they put blinders on and not look at anyone else in the industry and fully show up as themselves authentically. And I promise when you do that, you are going to naturally magnetize your ideal client to you. But how do you know who your ideal client is? Well, number one, it's what do you like to do? What type of individual do you like to work with? That's really important to kind of peel back those layers and get clear about that. The reason you want to get clear on who that ideal client is so that your messaging can be speaking to that individual. Does it mean that you can't work with anyone else? Absolutely not. But it means that your messaging will all be aligned and will be naturally attracting and magnetizing your ideal client to you. Because when we try to serve everyone, we serve no one. When we try to serve everyone, we literally create very surface level solutions. We're not diving deep, and we're not going to reach to the heart of our ideal client. And that's what's key. If you want to stand out from the thousands of other coaches and practitioners out there and have your ideal client go, oh, that's who I know can help me, then you've got to show up authentically as yourself and speak directly to your ideal client. Speak to their pain, speak to their dreams, their vision of what transformation they're seeking, help them to imagine what could be. But you've got to know where they are and what they're struggling with so that you can help them see that there is something more. It's incredibly powerful. And, I know that there's a lot of confusion out there about niche marketing and your ideal client. And again, the key is the reason you want to connect with you want to be really clear who your ideal client is. It's all about your messaging. It's all about being able to show up and have those conversations in social media to connect through your email list and grow your email list with clients who are connecting with your content. So when you're creating, whether it's your free high value content, your programs, whatever the case might be, it's all around what your ideal client is struggling with and what it is they're looking to achieve. Do that, and you will absolutely magnetize your ideal client to you, reach more people, and have more sales, enroll more clients into working with you. It's incredibly powerful. So if you don't have a pen and paper with you, make sure you grab one right now, because at the end of each point here, I'm going to ask you to write down a couple questions. So the first one is, do you know what your niche is? And if so, what is it? Write it down, and do me a favor, pop it in the comments here. Let us know if you are already clear on your niche. Pop it in the comments for us. Are you feeling confident about your niche? Why? Why not? This is something for you to journal. Do you currently have programs or offerings that are specific to your niche? Now, I oftentimes have clients who are like, I know many of you who are multi-passionate, that may be functional medicine practitioners that are like, Christy, I can work with so many different types of clients who need all sorts of different kinds of help. Not a problem. All I'm asking you to do is pick a horse. That's what I tell my clients. Pick a horse, ride that horse for a while. You can always change horses down the road. But when it comes to functional medicine, there we're actually talking more about getting to the root of people's struggles. And part of that messaging around that for you may be, going from doctor to doctor to doctor and, just focusing, working with doctors who are focused on the symptoms. Whereas what you do is you dive deeper and you help them to peel back the layers and uncover what is really going on. So you're still speaking to your ideal client, you're just doing it a little differently. You're getting a little bit more creative with your messaging. So Kate was one of our wellness business Launchpad clients, and she was really struggling with her target market. Her messaging was all over the place and she was really frustrated. She would very consistently come to our coaching calls and finally got clarity, and what a difference it made for her and her business, because now she was able to speak directly to those moms, for her, those homeschooling moms who were really struggling. And we all know that expanded once the pandemic began, because so many moms who were never homeschool moms now became homeschool moms. So really powerful, the difference it makes when you get clear on the messaging and how to reach your ideal client. So let's talk a little bit more about high value content and the importance of high value content. All right, guys, I'm just popping in here really quick before I dive into number 2. Love this. Lori says her niche is women 40 to 65 who want a reset on life by improving diet, relationships, and mindset. That is beautiful. Lori knows exactly who she's talking to, and she can literally create images in her messaging that her ideal client will relate to. It's very powerful. You want those folks that you're wanting to reach, you want them to literally feel like she understands me. He understands me. They know what I'm going through. And that person, if they understand me at that level, they might be able to help me as well. So beautiful. I love that. All right, guys. April says she's not yet solidified her niche. She knows she wants to work with women before, during, and after pregnancy. And I want to work with them as their children grow up. So April, what I would actually recommend for you is to either start at the before and during pregnancy or after pregnancy, because your messaging around each of those niches will be a little different. You can always grow from one to the other or make a shift down the road if you find that you seem to be attracting one type of client more than the other. But that would actually be my recommendation. If your heart is in that fertility, pre-pregnancy, and a healthy pregnancy, if you dial in on that with your messaging, your business will explode. It's very powerful. I love that. All right, guys. So let's dive into number 2 here. Leveraging your expertise with high value content, because here's what I know. When I was a health coach, I was writing my protocols and I was working on my content for social media and the content for my clients. It could take hours upon hours to do this. So having your own content, yes, absolutely important. But if you want to take some of the heavy lifting off, finding high value, well-produced, well-researched content can be a game changer for you, for your business, and frankly, for your sanity. If you have ever used done for you content that you loved, because I don't know about you, but I bought a lot that I didn't love. But if you've ever bought some that you loved that really helped you in your business, do me a favor and give me a me in the chat. Let me know that you have found some high value content that has worked well for you. But here's the key. When you have done for you materials that you're using in your business, you want to make sure that you can brand it so that you can share it as your own. It just makes such a difference, I think, energetically when we're sharing things, whether it's on social media or with our clients. But you want to also go in and you do want to make it your own. You want to add your own voice. You want to add your own flair. And the reason this is so important is because if you infuse it with you and your personality, your ideal client, they're going to feel you. They're going to connect with you through that content. Sharing high value content is essentially a teaser. It's a teaser for your followers. It's a teaser for your subscribers. It's showing them I know what I'm talking about. And that's really important. One key I would share with you is to not only teach, because I see this all the time with the coaches that I begin working with or the practitioners that I'm working with, that they're very accustomed and very comfortable in teaching, right? Teaching people about healthy lifestyle, healthy options, or specific health issues. You also want your clients to get to know you. It's very, very important. So you want to tell stories, your story, client stories. You want to weave all of those in to your messaging as well. And that is also high value content. They're going to feel like they know you, they like you, they trust you, right? That's so important so that you can take them on that journey for them feeling comfortable to turn around and then work with you, to enroll in your group program or your one-on-one work that you do. What this does when you use high quality done for you resources is it saves you a tremendous amount of time and energy in your business. It is literally a game changer because it allows you to take something, rework it, make it yours, get it done. And it takes that, what am I going to post today? What am I going to do this week? What am I going to send in my email newsletter? It makes all of that so much easier for you because you can literally block, time on Monday morning or the Friday before, whatever works in your schedule, so that you can then just schedule everything out and get it done in advance. So you're not flying by the seat of your pants, and you have an actual process and plan in your business. If you start to systematize your content and your messaging, your emails, your blogs, whatever it is you're doing to produce content and leverage high quality done for you content, your business will flourish because you've got that piece taken care of and you have a system in place that's not distracting you from the work you really want to do. So a couple of questions that I have for you that I want you to write down that you can journal on later. I think it's really important for you to ask yourself, what expertise do I have? Where do I shine? What do I love? Where can I really bring value and make a difference in the world? How are you currently using your expertise? How do you feel about your expertise and the content that you're creating or the content that you're using in your business so that you can show up authentically as an expert, as an authority in this space? All right, guys, it looks like we have we've got lots of content in here. I love it. Hey there, Lisa Hernandez. It's great to see you, darling. Love this. And Laura. Okay, guys, if you've got any questions on high value content, pop them in below. And if you've used done for you content and it's worked well for you, do us a favor, let us know that that's something that you've enjoyed doing as well. So Rhonda, she's one of my rock star clients. She's amazing. She took a 5-day challenge that we shared in Wellness Business Launchpad, and she used it as an opt-in in order to build her list. And within 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, guys, she had over 50 women, new people, ideal clients, join her list that she could then nurture and grow that connection and that intimacy with, and eventually, hopefully, enroll them in her into her programs. So it's having the high quality content that is then going to appeal to your ideal client. And it's literally a cascade effect, guys. Helps you to grow your list, nurture your clients, nurture your audience so that they then know, like, trust you and begin working with you. It's a beautiful, beautiful cascade effect that works time and time again. Now, how do you engage and convert your followers into loyal clients? How do you do that if you don't have 15 years of marketing and sales experience, right? How do you do that if you are this heart-centered entrepreneur that got into this work, who's building a practice simply because you want to make a difference in the world? How do you do that? Well, it's a lot easier than you think. You follow some simple steps. So I'm sure you hear a lot, posting on social media is really powerful and can lead to more traffic. And that is absolutely true. I've got a study here that talks about the power of consistent engagement in social media. But here's the key. And here's the kicker. And you guys see there's a common thread here. You want to make sure what you are posting is of high value, is speaking directly to your ideal client. That is absolutely key. That messaging piece will literally make or break how you're showing up and how your clients or your potential clients connect with you. So when you are being very thoughtful and intentional, and I have the word strategic here, which sometimes can feel sort of masculine. So maybe let's reframe that to being thoughtful and intentional in how we're showing up. You are going to resonate with your followers. They're going to share about you with their friends, their sisters, their cousins, their people in their workplace. They're going to like what you have to, what you're posting. They'll share your content. When your content begins to get shared, ooh, that's the secret sauce. You know that you are doing something right when you get to that point. And again, as I shared before, you're going to foster that know, like, and trust factor. That's ultimately what converts. So actually being an intentional and showing up in a way and tell stories, your personal story, your journey, talk about your clients, talk about what is really important to you and what you believe in, show up fully, authentically, you will literally magnetize an audience to you. I share with my clients, put that flag in the sand. If there's something you really believe in your business, in regards to lifestyle, health, whatever the case might be, put your flag in the sand and you will become like a magnet. What does a magnet do? It magnetizes to you, but it also repels. And that's a good thing because you want to magnetize your ideal clients to you and you want to repel those people who are not your ideal clients. And that's okay. So social media is key. And I'm not going to tell you you have to be on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest. It really doesn't matter. You need to show up consistently in one platform that you feel really comfortable in, that you love, that makes you happy. Because if your energy when you're showing up is, it's going to come across. Literally, I promise you, every single time it will come across. So whatever that medium is for you, start with one. Master that social media platform before you ever move to another. I would never recommend that somebody starts on Facebook and LinkedIn at the same time. Two completely different platforms and very different strategies. And that's the other thing to understand is that each platform has its own strategy that you need to employ. So you need to show up a little differently on the different platforms. So you want to be really thoughtful about that. I have one client who absolutely loves Pinterest. She has leveraged Pinterest. Like, it's amazing what she's done because it's something she loves. And so it's easy and it's fun. And if you can make this fun, that's where the magic happens, because that energy, your potential clients and your audience, they feel it and it feels really good. So here's the thing, excuse me, I don't want you showing up every day going, now what do I post? Have a plan, batch. I teach this to my clients all the time about batching their work. So literally brain dump all the ideas that you have for social media posts, whether it's teaching post, it's a 5 ways for this or 2 recipes for that, or, so whatever a teaching post might be, just a value post, a recipe post, or something of value that you're sharing. A philosophy post, putting that flag in the sand. I really believe that being a vegetarian is the best thing you can do for your business. Or paleo is what I believe in and why. This is what I teach my clients. Whatever it is, guys, it doesn't matter what it is. It's you. It's what you believe. Put that flag in the sand. Share your client stories. So literally brain dump all the ideas that you could have. And I want you to do this periodically That way you have, and let me show you here. I've got my idea notebook. I literally keep a notebook with ideas here as they pop in my head. So I can get them out of my head on a piece of paper, and then I can use them and create a library of social media content. So you want to brain dump, then you want to take a couple hours a week to literally write out a whole bunch of posts that are, taking some of the ideas and putting them in action. You should not have to spend 5 to 10 hours a week to do this. You should literally be able to chunk this down into a couple hours a week to get your posts done and get them scheduled. And then for the other, I'm just showing up and being consistent with engagement questions and social media quotes and things like that. Those things you can schedule out for the month. And I'll show you a really easy way to do that in just a little bit. So here are a few questions. I have another question for you. I would like you guys to pop into the comments here in the Facebook group and let us know, are you currently scheduling your content on social media in advance? Or are you kind of winging it and kind of just day by day, whatever inspiration hits you, that's what you're posting? So I'm kind of curious where you guys are on that. Do me a favor, definitely let us know in the comments how you've been working it and if you might try something new. I'm kind of curious. So here's some questions for you to journal as well. I really want you thinking about how you are engaging your followers. What are you currently doing? So let's take a look at what you're currently doing. And is there room for you to grow? Is there room for you to shift and try things a little differently so you can get more effective engagement, right? What new strategies might you try to engage your followers? What are, have you considered doing surveys, engagement questions? Something we've started doing in Wellness Business Launchpad is sharing not just quotes, but engagement questions, because what we're finding is that that's kind of a secret sauce. If you can post a couple engagement questions a week, you're going to get more traction on your personal page, in your group, on your Instagram, because you are engaging and connecting with your audience. It's incredibly powerful. All right, Rebecca, thank you so much for being transparent. She's like, I'm winging it, but I'm totally open to this idea. I love that. Laura says, I love the tip on focusing on just one social media platform. Guys, let me tell you that if you just start there, master it. I did not go to Instagram. I was probably in business 4 years because I wasn't an Instagrammer. I was a Facebooker. So I started with where it was really comfortable for me and what I naturally and intuitively enjoyed and what I was interested in learning more about. For you, it might be Instagram if you've been an Instagrammer. So absolutely focus there. I also want you thinking about where your ideal client is hanging out. How old are they? If they're older, if they're a more mature audience, say 45 plus, they may be more apt to be on Facebook. Depends. If they're a younger audience, they may be more apt to be on Instagram. So just really think about where your ideal clients are hanging out and what you enjoy. Emmanuel says, winging it and would definitely try something new. Yay, I love that this is resonating with you guys. Joy says, I have a plan, but sometimes I change it up if something becomes more pressing and relevant. And Joy, that is I'm so glad you brought that up because that's really important, especially I think in the world we live in, things are changing all the time. So to be open to being nimble and changing things up and going, that post that I've got scheduled, it's not really aligned for XYZ that's happened in the world. Let me go put a different spin on that, or let me go change that up. So I love that you brought that up, Joy. Very, very important. Beautiful. All right, guys. Joanne, she says, I don't schedule in advance. And for some of you, I have a dear friend of mine who's very successful in online marketing, and much of what she does is inspiration-based. However, she loves to write, you guys. She is super passionate and essentially uses Facebook as like her personal journal. So she gets up in the morning.
I think we might have lost Christy. Does anybody, let me know if you guys hear her or not. We'll see if she can hop back on.
This,
Oh, there it goes.
she'll do her morning routine on, and that's okay. What's that?
I think we lost you temporarily, but you're back. So you were just saying that somebody journals.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me.
That's okay.
Yes,
So you said that works for her really well, and she has a lot of followers because of that.
And she does, but it's very intuitive and natural to her. If you're not in that space and using Facebook or Instagram almost as like a daily journal, then you want to have some sort of plan in place. I always recommend that. All right. Thanks for letting me know I froze up there. Sorry about that. All right, guys. So Jordan, one of our Wellness Business Launchpad clients, she grew her list 10% consistently every single month the first 5 months she was with us, because she started employing a more intentional approach to her social media and showing up. So anybody out there who would like to grow their list by 50%, would that be something that you're interested in? Give me some hearts or some emojis. Let us know that that's something that you would like to. All right, number 4, guys, this is a biggie. And this is something that I dive very deep in with our higher level clients that we work with. And it's all about mastering discovery calls. And I'm going to share with you today some common mistakes that I see coaches and practitioners make. Discovery calls and really mastering these will literally make or break your business. It's really important. Getting on a discovery call with your clients is where you essentially connect with them. It's that bridge from you being some person on social media to being a real person who might be able to help them, right? You're able to make that deep, intimate, one-on-one connection. You can learn more about them. And that's what I want you really thinking about when it comes to a discovery call. This is not an opportunity for you to answer all their questions. It's actually an opportunity for you to ask them a lot of questions, to help them to peel back the layers and to understand, where they're coming from, what do they really need? And you're trying to figure out truly if you are the right person for them, if you can help them. Because if you are not 100% clear that you can help this person with whatever they are struggling with, then you absolutely don't want to make an offer to them, right? Because that's not going to be in alignment and that won't feel good. So that's why you want to ask a lot of questions, okay? I see a lot of common mistakes, and we're going to walk you through those. But I want you to imagine a discovery call where you are asking those deeper, high mileage questions, and you're actually doing a lot more listening than you are talking. I've actually coached clients to hit the mute button. If they are one who tends to want to talk and they're real chatty Cathy, well, guess what? You need to hit that mute button because you need to ask a question and you need to hold space. You need to hold that container for that client to experience what it's like to be coached by you, where they have the space to think deeply and to answer your question. It's very, very important that they have that experience with you of what it's like to peel back the layers. So these are some of the common mistakes that I see. Just talked about the first one, talking more than listening, right? Very important to, and I will say very early on in the beginning, I actually had a Post-it note on my computer, on my monitor that said, shut up. Like to remind myself to stop talking, because what I see is we have so much information and we want to help someone. And if we hear someone really struggling, as oftentimes, and I know many of us are women, we want to take that pain away, but you're actually not serving them in this moment. If you help them to feel better, you want them to connect with their struggle so that they can see that they really do need help. If you make them feel better right away, then that container gets filled very quickly, right? So you want them to really peel back the layers and connect with what they're struggling with and what that vision could be of what life could be like if they worked with you and made changes and had that transformation. Absolutely. Part of this talking less is not cutting a potential client off. You shouldn't be cutting a client off either, but it's part of that excitement. Part of that excitement that we see of, we know so much and we want to share so much that it's important to really hold space for that client to share their story and to share what they're struggling with. Always, always, always come from a space of service. Have the energy of service before you go into that discovery call. I coach my clients to take 5 to 10 minutes before a discovery call to really ground themselves. And I teach them a specific process to go through so that they are fully prepared, coming from a heart-centered space of service to support their client. You never want to go straight into telling them how you can help them. First, we want to discover, peel back the layers, ask a lot of questions to make sure that we can. And please, please, please do not coach on those calls ever. Do not go, if somebody says, well, how do I go gluten-free? That feels so overwhelming. Instead of starting to walk them through, things that I work with my client, or you do this, this, and this, it is overwhelming. Yeah, I absolutely get that. That's why it's a very deep process that I work with my clients to make that so much easier. Right? So you didn't answer her and you didn't coach her, but you're letting her know that you can help her solve that problem, right? Absolutely do not coach. And we also teach our clients a very specific structure for a discovery call so that you can take them essentially on a journey, and you're walking them through a process that by the end of the call, if it makes sense, if it's in alignment, it's going to be super clear that they need to work with you. And it just makes that offer so much easier. And another little tip here I'm going to share with you guys. When it comes to making the offer, when it's in alignment, it's important not to talk about all the features and benefits. Okay, so we're going to meet this, this many times, and this is the curriculum you're going to receive, and this is the content, this is what we're going to do. Instead, you want to talk about what it's going to, what the experience itself is going to be like. Well, together, we're going to dive into this and this, and then we're going to help you get to this point. And by the end of our work together, you will be at X, Y, and Z. It's a completely different conversation. Then they may ask, well, how often do I get to talk to you? Then you can dive into those specifics, but you always want to give them more of an overview of what the experience will be like. If you master the art of listening and you master the art of discovery calls, everything in your business will change.
Christy, I love this. I will say that I think so many health coaches miss the boat on this. I mean, you could have so many followers and get on the phone with a potential client, and completely blow it. And really, every single person that you talk to, almost everybody should be signing up with you. And if you're doing it right, like the way Christy's teaching it, you should be able to sign up just about everybody, even on a high ticket item. It's important to do it right. And I love the advice you just gave on that. I'm just very spot on. I love it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, and you're so right, Jody. I mean, it literally can make or break your business. And here's the other key, guys. You need to be making offers for discovery calls, right? So it's not just when I get on a discovery call. The way you're going to grow your business is by having more discovery calls, period. And the way you're going to have more successful discovery calls is by having more discovery calls, because you're going to learn. I always recommend that after you get off a discovery call, you unpack it. What worked, what didn't work? Gosh, should I have said this? How could I do this differently next time? And really take that time to unpack it. And you could change your business like significantly, dramatically over a 30-day period. If you invite 10 people every week to a discovery call, maybe 5 will get on a call with you. You have 5 discovery calls a week and you close 50% of them, just 50%. And to Jody's point, you should be at a higher closing ratio as you get really good at this. imagine that would be what? 2.5 times 4, 10 new clients. Would that work for you guys? Who could use that? It's really critical to your business. So I'm curious if you guys would share in the chat, how often are you making a direct ask, an invitation to people to join you on discovery calls? Are you including that in your social media marketing? Are you connecting with people in Messenger? How are you intentionally bringing people to connect with you? It's got to be a direct invitation. So here's some questions. Are you currently making discovery calls? If you're not, let's get to it. Number 2, you need to be able to think about what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? What do you need to really be working on? What common mistakes are you making that I just went through in your discovery calls? Because just knowing those will make you more cognizant and aware and will help you to change your approach. And it's very important that self-awareness is key. So here's Stephanie, and I love this picture of Stephanie. She was so excited. She started with a new fitness client who was more receptive to learning a healthier lifestyle because she invited that now new client to a discovery call. So this is our last element. I know we're getting tight on time here, so I'm going to move quickly. And this one is really talking about becoming confident in your skills. And I'm curious if anyone here struggles with or has identified that you struggle with imposter syndrome. Guys, I see this all the time with the clients that I work with, and it's really common. So don't feel like you're alone, right? But you don't need to stay there. And it's really important that we step into a sense of confidence in our business and in the work that we do. Because here's what I know. I know that you've taken the courses, that you've honed your craft, that you've done the work behind the scenes. Now it's time to step up and share it with the world. You literally need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of someone to help them. I hear so many coaches and practitioners say, oh, I really want to lose 20 pounds before I get visible. Or, I'm still working on my Hashimoto's. Guys, you just need to be 1 step ahead. Bill, do you see that too? I see you nodding, Jody.
Yes. As a matter of fact, none of us is perfect. I think we all got into health coaching because
that's right.
We had our own health issues, or maybe our kids did, but everybody's a work in progress for sure. And I definitely am no exception.
And I think if we show up, guys, I see this time and time again, if we show up authentically, our flawed, beautiful selves, we now are relatable. Because if you think you've got to have it all figured out, have the perfect body, the perfect family, and that's the only way you want to show up on social media and to grow your audience, I can promise you it will not work. It may work for a short period of time, but you're not going to have the people who really want substantial change and shift in their life. So again, show your flawed self, be real. Your audience will love you and they will grow dramatically. It's beautiful. So here's a couple questions. Make sure you write these down, right? It's all about confidence, imposter syndrome. What can you be doing differently so that you are build that confidence? Because it's a muscle, guys. It's a muscle, and it literally boils down to you getting out of your comfort zone. Anyone who follows me knows I love Mel Robbins, doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Just do it. Nike had it figured out in the 80s. Just do it. Here's Elizabeth, and I love this. Elizabeth is such a skilled and talented coach. This woman knows her stuff. And just like so many other coaches was struggling with imposter syndrome, and she showed up and was like, you guys, I just got the most amazing testimonial from a client that had a crazy result. And she's like, we all need to remember to have more faith in ourselves and how we can help people. So here's what I know. If you guys take the steps and implement these simple steps that I've outlined for you today, you will make your business far more successful than doing this on your own. So I've got an option for you and something that I want to share. I'm moving quickly because I know we're getting tight on time, Jody. So I've got a special invitation to you for you, and it's a very special just for our community here in Health Coach Educational Network. So Wellness Business Launchpad is a 12-month membership that I have that is extraordinary. It's myself and a mindset coach. So you have a business and marketing coach and a mindset coach full-time supporting our members in WBL. What we include in this program is transformative. Our goal is to over deliver time and time again. And if I've got any clients on here today, do me a favor, guys, and share your experience with WBL and how this has helped you grow your business and grow your confidence in being a coach and a practitioner. We have health coaches, wellness practitioners, nurse practitioners, you name it. We've got a lot of different entities that are a part of our program because we share beautiful, high quality, done for you materials every month. You get something that is for lead generation. It might be a challenge. It might be an ebook. It might be a recipe book. It all depends if we change it from month to month. You also get 30 social media images. Again, guys, everything you can brand and you can customize, but the 30 social media images, we've got quotes and engagement questions. We do both for you. And we also have 4 or more blogs, articles, they can be long form social media posts that we share with you as well. So it's all aligned around a different topic each month. Super high value, premium content. Every quarter, so that's just every month. Every quarter, you'll get either a full-blown 4 to 6 week program with everything you need, multiple ebooks, everything you need to actually deliver that program with marketing collateral, or a full-blown slide deck with script and marketing collateral as well. That's designed for you to give as a workshop, as a masterclass, as a webinar, whatever it is. And you can, again, go in, brand this, and make it your own. You can tweak the content however you want to tweak it. We also have what we call a welcome pack, our immediate access materials that is filled with marketing templates for you and client-facing resources as well. Every single week, we show up, Belinda and I, mindset coach, business and marketing coach, and we support our clients every single week for 60 minutes, and we answer whatever questions you've got. So we are there to help you grow your business, get things rolling and in momentum. We have I believe, the most extraordinary Facebook group outside of Health Coach Educational Network in this membership that is so generous and so inspiring. We have clients who are working on a software and they need help. And so someone else will come in and say, hey, I'll pop on Zoom with you and support you with that. We also do have some tech tutorials in there. It's a really special group, and I invite you to be a part of it. So something I'm doing very special for Jody and her group. If you decide to join us over in Wellness Business Launchpad, we have a special opportunity for you. With weekly coaching calls and done for you materials, it's typically $147 a month. But I told Jody, I absolutely love the clients that we get that come from this group. They are always smart, with it, committed, determined, powerful coaches and practitioners. Love working with them. So I wanted to give you guys a 34% discount. So instead of it being $147 a month, it's only $97. And if you want to pay for the whole year in advance, you get 2 months off, 2 months free. So it's only $970. So for less than $1,000, literally, guys, you can get like 2 programs, 2 webinar or masterclass slide decks, monthly lead generation tools, the whole 9 yards, and weekly coaching. So it's really an extraordinary offer. And an additional bonus I decided to put in here, I didn't even tell you about this, Jody, is I decided to go ahead and share with you guys one of our slide decks from last year that I think is still very relevant. The content that we deliver is also very relevant to what's happening in the world. We have a strengthen your immunity naturally slide deck and script. It's over 42 slides. We have a script, the whole 9 yards. It helps your clients to be, your audience to understand immune system, foods that support immunity, supplements, herbs, essential oils. It's all in here. It's editable, customizable, and you can put your branding on it. This will be an exclusive bonus that I'm offering to anyone who joins us as well. So you get the discount and the bonus. That's pretty cool. It's awesome. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Lori. Lori says, she goes, I've learned so much in WBL. So much of it I didn't know that I needed to know. I love this. Christy and Belinda teach us all the secrets to be successful. Done for you material is a huge time saver. Oh, thank you so much, lovely. So appreciate it. And Lisa Hernandez. Yep. Lisa is also part of what we do in Wellness Business Launchpad. It's so much fun. All right, guys, we should have the link popped in there for you in just a moment. So just know that I don't believe that you should ever have to do this alone, which is why we have created Wellness Business Launchpad so that we can literally, help you to launch your business to that next level. That's the key here. It's one step at a time, and having people who've been there, who understand the process and can support you through it and support you through the mindset as well is incredibly, incredibly powerful. So I believe that when we have the tools and resources in our back pocket and the coaching and mentorship we need, anything is possible, absolutely anything. So I want to invite you all to join us today, save 34%, become a part of our amazing community, and let us support you. One little last thing I want to share is, if you're not sure, if you're wondering, is it for me? Is it not for me? Come in and join us. There's a 14-day cancellation period. So if you want to come in, check it out, see what it's like, and you decide it's not for you, then we will refund your money and bless and release, and just know we wish you all the best. Honestly, I bet you'll come in and go, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. So we'd love to have you. That's why it's so easy for us to share, to give that 14-day policy as well. So hopping back here, I know we went a few minutes over. I tried to go super fast, Jody, but
that's okay. I want to thank you so much, Christy. I love this program. So many of my colleagues in this group have done it and have said it's a really great value. I know there's a lot of training out there that's very expensive, and really this is affordable. If you just get one new client, it'll pay for the whole thing, right?
oh, easy.
And you'll probably get a lot, and you need support in your business. Everybody needs support. And I just love what you offer, Christy. It's so comprehensive. And I love the photos, the pictures. It just makes you look so much more professional. I know sometimes I'll go on and try to make my own, and it just never comes out as good. And having all that at your fingertips for that kind of price, I mean, just to buy a photo is expensive, let alone having that included, all the resources, immune system function is huge. Having that as a freebie to give people, maybe as an opt-in or whatever, is wonderful. I mean, I'm blown away. It looks really great. I hope a lot of you take advantage of this, and especially we appreciate you giving the discount to this group. So you guys are going to save 34%, and you're also going to get that free bonus that you gave also for our group. So if you have any friends who might benefit from this that are not in Health Coach Educational Network, you can invite them to join. Just copy the link, the URL, and just tell your friends to join our group if they're interested, if you think anyone else could benefit from this. You can do it with your friends. But Christy, I had a question for you. Now I can't remember what. I'm trying to think. But go ahead. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I'm so excited that we've had such great feedback. Christina and Emmanuel loved the presentation today. And yes, Shanna asked, will this be available to watch later? I believe you'll have this. Will you be pinning this up in the announcements, or?
It's already up there. and so, and I will send it to the email list. Terry, my assistant, posted the link below, you guys, with the discount code and everything. So that's already in there. Is the discount code already built in?
There is no discount code.
Okay, it's already built
really simple. You just need to click the link so that we know that the only way you will see this offer is through this link. If you go to any other link, you're actually going to get a wait list. So this is the only way you can join right now is through Jody's link, and you get to save 34% and get a whole slide deck that you can share as a workshop or webinar.
That's amazing. You know, you guys, we're not all entrepreneurs. We're not all marketing gurus. We need support. And I'm always looking at different programs, and this price point is amazing. I mean, I've seen programs that are like $20,000 that aren't even really geared specifically for health coaches. This program is geared towards you guys, and I hope you guys take advantage of it. I hope you get the support you need, because we need an army of health coaches out there. There's a major health crisis going on, and everybody out there needs a health coach, but people need to see you. And instead of doing this as a hobby and doing it free, or doing it not getting a client here and there and still having to work a full-time job or a part-time job to support yourself, if this is your dream, go for it. Get the support you need and do this full time. It's so fun. It's such a dream to be able to set your own hours and do your own thing. And Christy is amazing at helping you do that. So anyway, if you guys like this presentation, if you got some value out of it, just give Christy some hearts and tell your friends about it. And let me know if you want more speakers like Christy coming into the group to give you guys value. I'm here to support you all. So anyway, thanks again, Christy, for coming on. And it was really wonderful. I took a bunch of notes, got some tips for myself too. So I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me. And I love being a part of this community and seeing the very intentional work that this community is doing in the world. So thank you for having me here. And I can't wait to get to know more of you in Wellness Business Launchpad.
Okay, thanks everybody. Bye.
Bye guys.